What's going on today, guys? Welcome back to another episode of WNN. Let's talk about the news. Some stories we'll talk about include Behringer allegedly spreading lies about a trusted music hardware YouTuber, some new plugins, some hijinks, and more. In our first story of the night, according to Loopop, Behringer has been spreading lies about him. With Behringer's history, it's pretty easy to side with Loopop here. So Behringer wrote, "Interesting comment, it's the 5th best-selling product. Not sure this is called a flop. I'm sure Starsky will be reviewing it as Loopop is not reviewing products as we don't send out free units." What's funny about this is they totally could have left that last sentence out there. Not really the sort of vibe you want to give off as a company. Loopop responded, which they deleted/blocked. I'll paraphrase it for you here in order to save time. Essentially, he said it was a lie that they said he wouldn't review it for free. He reviewed several of the products without contacting them in the past. Behringer offered to send him a few products as well, which he accepted and disclosed in his videos. Now, if you don't understand why people have a problem with Behringer, I'll give you a quick rundown here. Behringer at one point a few years ago made a fake product called the Kern Cork Sniffer. Jesus fucking Christ. What is that? What is that? I could see why people may have found this offensive. This was targeted at Peter Kern, founder of music blog Create Digital Music. He was also one of the company's strongest critics as well too, so as you could tell, Behringer definitely deals with criticism very well. They deal with it so well, in fact, that they will make a fake product about you with a caricaturely large nose. Can't wait for the Weaver Devil Dick Sniffer synth to drop. Essentially, they got a lot of backlash for this, and it's not hard to see why. They weren't even subtle with this here. They quickly apologized after the backlash, but many people haven't really let it go because it's essentially like they showed their real colors there. Essentially, Loopop was unhappy with this, as well as them copying affordable instruments and not providing any innovation. He claims a few years back they offered him anything he wanted and he declined due to the controversies. Loopop said he would consider if they apologized, he'd be open to exploring interesting, affordable, and innovative products regardless of whether or not they are free for him. I contacted Loopop for comment just to see what the original post was referencing because Behringer was replying to another post there, so we couldn't see the original post. Essentially, it was just someone questioning whether their new Moog clone was a flop, while suggesting it may not be good because Starsky and Loopop didn't review it. Hopefully I don't get any more lies told about me here. In our next story here, we'll be talking about another reverb plugin. Of course, another reverb plugin. What's next? Another granular plugin? There's another granular plugin, isn't there? Fuck. Okay, we'll be talking about UJAM's UFX reverb. It has 10 different reverb engines, including room, hall, 80s, reversed, gated, and more. The dimension mode is all about reverb time, so you get controls for pre-delay, time, and size, while characters about the physical room interaction with diffusion, damping, and modulation controls. It includes an effects section including 25 filter effects from EQ, distortions, bit crush, and lo-fi. The finisher section contains 50 abstract effects, features a surprise option that lets you set random values. On one hand, I really do wonder how many more reverbs do we really need, how many more are going to continually come out. On the other hand though, this does sound like it has a lot of effects and it could be useful. If it sounds good, it could be good. The price is $57 and there's a demo as well. In our next story, we have some news that most likely will not surprise you. But did you know that songwriters since the 1970s have increased 165%? The average hit track back then would have 1.7 songwriters. It has increased to 4.5 in the 2020s. I mean, at least it decreased from 4.6 in the 2010s. Progress. Now, this might have been massively offset by Drake's 2010 song In My Feelings, which had 14 songwriters. You may remember in the last episode of WNN, we talked about how RZA was selling his SP1200 for between the price of $30,000 to $80,000. It was up for auction, essentially. And he even said his DNA was in it. Hey, yo. Apparently it sold for the low price of $70,000. They say it was a fundamental tool in unleashing the Wu-Tang's inimitable sound. Alright, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Let's not pretend like a kid with a cracked copy of FL couldn't imitate Wu-Tang Clan. Someone in the last video stated that this was the one that was in the flood in his studio, and I'm starting to understand what kind of DNA might be in it. Shit. There might be shit in it. Congratulations to the person who paid $70,000 for RZA's shit. It's happening again. It's happening again. More granular plugins. And people keep being hyped about them. I don't get it. AUTOCHROMA is a new granular synthesis plugin from IMAGIRO that seems to have a decent looking UI. And a lot of the classic parameters you'd expect in a granular synthesizer. I hope it has the options to change the UI color. I'm not a big fan of the desert shit sand color it has currently.
And the shape changes the envelope or shape of the volume for each grain over time.
One thing I will say is the grains sound very clean.
Next is Fragmented Room. This one is a room reverb where the reflections occasionally break apart and pulsate. The idea here is that the first stream acts like some of the later, more spread reflections in the room, while the second and third streams are very short and quick.
Okay, yeah, there's definitely some innovation here, I believe. I haven't heard of that before. Okay, overall, doesn't seem bad for $40. I am pleased. If you guys want to check that out, there'll be a link to that and everything else in the description. You know, I've been thinking a lot lately. I really would like some chrome-plated studio monitors. KRK is now selling chrome-plated studio monitors. KRK though, why? Why? These are the Scott Storch Classic 8SS. We'll just like to clarify that is 8SS, not ASS, guys. They are limited only 500 pairs. It is pretty shiny though. I do have to say it is pretty shiny. I feel like this is kind of like having a gold-plated Honda or something though. It's like you could do it, but why? Why do that? I do like shiny things. It has his face and signature on it, of course. All right, we gotta watch the video. I feel like this could be funny. I don't understand why they would sell a limited amount though. Especially if they're his signature monitors, or maybe they don't want to have them in production constantly. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to increase the FOMO.
It's fun, man. To this day, making music is fun. In most of my career, with the
do you guys think he's really using these though? You think they just like had him in here for the commercial and they're like, all right, switch him out, put in the Genelex or whatever he normally uses.
Now I like collaborating. My son is 17 and he co-produces with me now, and I'm like, yo, son, do these drums.
Man, that is a lucky child, born straight into having the connections there.
Or for real, don't even do drums. Just make me a hi-hat.
Just making me a hi-hat. You know what? I can't trust you with anything else. Just do the hi-hat, please.
Put a snare clap pattern down, and then I'm gonna do melodies to that. So
You know what, son? Just set up the metronome. I just need you to set up the metronome there. That's all you need to do today. So you can get out of here.
I can lock in on a tempo, and then you fill in the kicks. I'll show you what notes the bass is gonna be. He's bringing that young boy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like influencing me into like make shit that kids are gonna think like this is our music. Like I know when he gets excited, he'll be like, yo, that's it. I trust his ears. He's got sick ears.
He's got sick ears. You should see him, man. He's got some crazy ears. They're nice. They're nice. They're chrome plated.
What's poppin'? That's what it's all about. I'm trying to pass the torch to him. And
Scott Storch passing the torch.
To me is.
Guys, in our next few stories here, we got more plugins. Of course, we got more plugins. When are there not new plugins? They're dropping new plugins every day at this point. I don't know how they keep coming up with ideas. Oh wait, a lot of them are the same ideas. Okay, well, maybe that's why. In our next story, we'll be talking about a multi-effect unit that is a modern take on the 80s effects. Air Music Technology has released their plugin named SPRITE. I'm starting to think they're running out of name ideas. Apparently, SPRITE is a modern take on effect units such as the Infantile H3000. It goes a step further though and does things that were not originally possible in units such as that. Okay, let's look at all the effects it can do here. I'm assuming it's probably a lot. All right, I'm gonna riff it off here really fast. Distortion section featuring 9 distortion models, 2 modulation slots, chorus, multi-chorus, phaser, flanger, dedicated powerful delay and reverb section, reverb with 8 distinct room characters, pitch shifter, EQ, compressor, width and balance controls, some other small things as well too. 10-day demo, $39 price until 14th of August, $79 price after that. One interesting thing about SPRITE is it features an envelope follower, allowing it to scan incoming audio, using the signal level to generate an envelope that modulates parameters like delay, feedback, and reverb amount. If you guys are interested in it, I have an affiliate code down below. Just joking, we don't do that here. Check out the 10-day demo down below, and if you like it, maybe get it. Oh no, guys, it's back. It's back. AI is back. Oh god, it never ends. It never ends with AI. At least it's a free VST plugin though. Why is it free though? You may have to ask yourself. So you can generate unlimited free samples with AI text to sample. It's a free VST3 plugin. Well, let's take a look at the video. Like ratio is not great on this video. Not terrible either, but not great. I think music producers are just sick of AI at this point. Most of them are not interested. Beat sounded like shit. It's also just 2 seconds long. Okay, you can continue the audio. Why is it not making a full loop? I mean, I guess that's kind of interesting. It's kind of weird the way it incorporates some of the stuff, though. Okay, so apparently you can adjust the duration of it here, and for some reason they didn't do that. It's kind of not the best demo I've ever heard. Well, that demo was fucking terrible. I have no idea what to make of that. I mean, like, the technology behind it seems like it could be good, but this demo is so bad, it's really hard to evaluate the value of this plugin. Pretty interesting stuff. Not sure if it's something I would use. What are you guys thinking about it in the chat? Let me know. Should I do a video about it? I'm thinking probably not. I mean, I feel like it'd be an easy video to get off, but I don't think people want to watch it. I find the headline of this one here pretty interesting. Sample hunting Daft Punk fans make huge discovery as Todd Edwards reveals the source of samples used on Face to Face. I'm not sure exactly what discovery they made because he revealed it to them, so they didn't discover shit. Basically, they discovered they didn't know anything. Okay, so you may have heard of Daft Punk before, right? A lot of people dig through their samples of their songs, trying to figure out exactly what they sampled because they sampled a lot of things. And for quite some time now, a lot of these samples have gone completely undiscovered. So essentially, Todd Edwards went through his floppy disk collection of samples and showed off some of the different samples. He also discussed the origin of Face to Face's main drum loop that no one has found yet. Essentially, the sample was Disco Daz by Herbie Mann. Gonna get me claimed so hard. I'm allergic to large amounts of samples. Oh god, I don't know if I can keep playing this. Oh god, please stop. And our next story, how much would you be willing to spend on a turntable? A few hundred? A few thousand? What about 13,000? What about 500,000? Or I'm just kidding. There's no 500,000. I don't think there's any $500,000 turntable. Well, it looks like a fucking hot plate. Does not include any tone arms, but you can install 2 of them. Some of the key features include a coreless DC motor, a toggleable traction system with both belt drive and friction drive options. Maybe you should buy a car instead though, right? It comes with a digital control system indicator that displays essential operating information such as the rotating speed of the platter. You know, I aim just to be rich enough that I could buy something like this and not feel bad about it. Not because I want to buy this, but just because I'd like to be able to just have like, yeah, that's just 13. It's just 13 grand. It's just 13,000 pounds. What does it matter? Yeah, just put your drink on that. I don't mind. You know what? Do you have any other drinks you want to put on it? Put your food on it too. Take a seat on it. Take a seat on my Bauhaus $13,000 turntable. That's what I'm gonna tell people. Some more news. Cardi B. Somebody threw a drink on her, then she threw a microphone at him. What I'm always curious about in these stories is like, damn, all these people have really good aim. They aim to hit the person with the microphone and they got him. They got him. Or they aim to hit him with the drink and they got him. It seems like this is happening very often though. And if you were part of my fan base doing that, disavow. Shame on you. I hope it was worth getting beat up or whatever happened to you. Oh yeah, I forgot. Adele threatened to kill anyone who throws anything at her. I mean, I feel like that might be an overreaction there. I mean, I feel like if you're gonna throw something on an artist, it should at least be something funny. Like throw cheese at them. Tomatoes? Throw tomatoes. Cheese. Tomatoes. A full meal. I really feel like people are throwing drinks at people on stage just for attention. I don't think it's for any other reason other than that. Why else would you pay to go to a show and then get upset and then throw a drink at someone that you also paid? You also paid for the drink, most likely. I'm assuming you paid for all this stuff. But you paid for all this stuff just so you could throw the drink at the artist on the stage. Either you really hated them and this was your intention for a very long time and you just really wanted to get back at them for dropping that song that you don't like that's always playing on the radio, or you just want attention. And I feel like people wanting attention makes more sense, in my opinion. Okay, so she threw the microphone at them. Let's watch the clip here. Did she even hit the right person there? I feel like we need a breakdown there. We need a slow-mo breakdown right there. Okay, I can't even tell who it was, man. I just see hands in there. Dude, security doesn't give a shit. He just like glanced over like, yep. Another person throwing a drink. Okay, let's see. Did she get the right person? I don't know. She might have got the... Oh, looks like she got the right person. Her face there. All right, the video player is frozen. You've done a great job here, Elon Musk. Oh, maybe that's why artists have backing tracks for their vocals now, in case someone throws something at them, and then they need to throw their microphone at them. In our last story of the night here, we have another plugin. Woohoo! PSP's BINAMP. It features the legendary tone of Pink Floyd's Delay, but in software format. So PSP BINAMP is a Class A trial preamp emulation based on the legendary Benson Echo Rec 2 delay. The Echo Rec 2 was one of a line of famous magnetic drum delays designed and built by Benson Amplificator H5. Jesus Christ, dude. Since the 1950s. Okay, whatever. You get the point. It's supposed to sound like the Pink Floyd delay. The inspiration came from the design and sound of the preamp on that delay. They claim it has a rich and easily controllable saturation that sounds good on everything. For every person who presses a like button on this video, I will throw something at you while you're on stage performing. Might be cheese, might be tomatoes, might be a sex toy, nobody knows. Make sure you check out the new Demon Time merch if you haven't. Consider joining my Patreon or becoming a channel member. I'll see you guys next time.